Everyone, thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Hello. We adjusted our mics at the same time. How about that? What do you got going on? What's going on? Your mic on?
I think I'm going to turn it up.
Turn your mic up.
Everyone always says that. Oh, that was too much.
No, just okay. You be a little louder. It's all right because you're not. Yeah, you sometimes. It's not you. It's that mic. There's something going on with that mic.
It's not right,
folks. You know what time it is. We took a break from the Freddie and Gator show for about a week. I was gatoring. That's what I do.
You were.
And Freddie over here has been doing a great job. She's been working 10 days straight or something like that. I don't know. And so we don't want to push her buttons. Somebody already threw away her lunch today. I'm not happy about it.
My buttons are pushed.
I'm not happy about it. Okay. And we did get a lunch replacement.
We did.
Option for you that I thought was
Ron.
good. Right.
Shout out.
Ron is the man. But we had a crisis here at work today. I turned around. I knew something wasn't right with you. No, I turned around.
I was passing out, right?
Well, you were just like, you look like I'm like, is she crying? No, I was like,
no, I did.
Were you crying?
Yeah. Aww. Not in there.
Where were you crying?
In the bathroom, like a
really?
sad person.
Oh, you know
okay,
what?
Guys,
Let me tell you something right now. If I knew that, I would have bought your lunch. I would have run out and got your lunch.
Well, I was too upset to eat.
Oh, that's horrible. That's the worst kind.
I know.
But it wasn't intentional.
No, it wasn't. I was already grumpy, and then I was
you've been working
and then I was just frustrated.
Yeah, she's working.
So I wasn't mad at the person. I was just frustrated with the situation.
They threw her lunch out. They threw her lunch. It's like trash. Like it was trash. It wasn't trash. It was frozen raviolis. Okay.
To some people, it might have been trash.
No. What kind of sauce came with it?
I put some like garden combination sauce on it.
Where's that come from?
Spaghetti and ragu.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought maybe you made that too or something. What else did you have?
I was being very lazy because I didn't have.
But you did. Here's my thing. And so I mean, I know you cried about it. You were upset about it. But I looked over. I thought, oh my God, something's really wrong. And I was like, what's going on? And you're like, they threw my lunch away. I was like, oh. And I'm very protective. I think you're figuring that out now. I'm kind of protective over you guys. So that got me upset. I got a little amped. And then I was like, all right, it was a fast moving, like things were happening in real time. And then all of a sudden, Ron just shows up with Chick-fil-A for her. And so we're going to give a shout out to Ron.
Yeah.
And if you know Ron, who works here at the station, make sure you pay his taxes or something this year. Just do something nice for the guy.
Yeah.
Because he deserves it. Take care of his car payment or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy. He's got a great wife too. I saw Ron one time.
Awesome.
I'm driving up Highway 40. By the way, this is not your grandparents' weathercast. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. I drove up 49 one time. I saw Ron in the car next to me, eating a bag of chips, and he just looked over like, "Hey!" And we were about 2 hours from here. It was crazy. He's
so
everywhere.
Ron.
I've run into him.
He is everywhere.
Yeah.
He does a lot of things.
I've almost run into him on the street. Literally. I mean, I kid you not. I was like turning a corner, and it was like, whoa, there's Ron. So he's a great guy. Ask me what I think about Ron. See if we can get me to stop talking for about 4 or 5 hours. But we're not going to do that to you tonight, folks. We're not. We're going to talk about the next chance for storms, and then we're going to let Elise go home and turn into a pumpkin. And so she can relax for a little bit, because tomorrow is like her mega Friday. Tomorrow's going to be like the Friday of all Fridays for her. We're going to make her life easy. Let's hope the weather behaves. I think the weather is going to behave. I think the weather is.
I think so.
Thinking about you, and that's what I think. So let's see. Tell us what you think is going to happen here.
All right.
Madame.
So, well, I got a few things. So here's this is what's left us, and bye.
Bye.
But we saw a lot of rain from it
Freddie
today.
Gator, by the way. Freddie Gator. Yeah. This
is the Freddie and Gator show.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, we have a gator in my pond now.
Oh.
He's getting mighty comfy. I don't, probably like 4 feet, maybe like 3 or 4.
No,
I mean, he's like a juvenile. He's not a baby.
He's not a juvenile. When you're 4 feet, no, I'm afraid.
No, but the one in the lake is bigger.
What are you going to do with the dog?
Well, the one in our pond, it hides whenever the dog gets in.
Oh,
it's too small
for now.
I don't want him to get in the lake though, because the gator in the lake is pretty big.
He'll be fine.
It was in hot pursuit of an otter or a beaver or something this morning.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I received
nature's
video evidence
rough.
of that.
They got to eat something.
Well, it gave up.
Well,
whatever
I'm just saying they got to eat
faster
something
than
though.
the gator.
When, if they're that big, they're going to eat something.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not your dog.
Better not
or
be.
you.
I'd rather it eat me than my dog.
We're not going there. I need you right now.
Neither of those alligators are big enough to eat me.
Just for the record.
Yeah, just saying. All right. So we got some decent rain today. This is just from the last 12 hours. And that that adds our rainfall totals up to 10.7 inches this month, which puts us in the top 4. We talked about this last week. I just want to give you an update.
Number 4.
We're looking still pretty on track to be number 1, maybe number 2, but probably number 1.
Yeah.
In rainfall for all of record keeping for the month of May for Jackson, which is kind of crazy because we got another 2, maybe 2.5 inches on the way for the rest of this week. Now we'll get into our rain chances. So for tomorrow, more widespread stormy weather, and we're going to rinse and repeat through Wednesday, through Thursday, and maybe parts of Friday. I think Friday is going to be a little drier. We've again, though, got a level 2 out of 5 risk for parts of the area tomorrow. That's what we had today. We have it again tomorrow. A level 1 out of 5 risk for most of the area, I guess. But here's what it's going to work out like timing wise. Not as early as yesterday. Earlier today, it looked like this was going to be in here during the morning commute. It looks now like maybe parts of our morning commute will be spared, which is good news. I say parts because if you live along the Mississippi River and you have a later commute, sometime between like 8 and 9 o'clock.
Using the graph model?
This is the her. Do you want to see the graph?
No. Yes, but do the her first.
Okay.
Sorry.
This one says maybe a little bit later. Maybe we see it in the I-55 corridor around the lunchtime hours.
That's like the same as today, just 2 hours earlier.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks exactly the same. But then it also has this little cluster that pops up later in the afternoon and evening.
That's always sus.
That's what I think will have the better potential for the strong to severe type weather.
Good. You can hang out with me.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Or that might be in the Delta at that, or it might be in the Pine Belt, maybe at that
It's
point.
possible.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be in the Pine Belt by 9 or 10 o'clock.
It never ends.
It doesn't, because we're going to do it again on Wednesday, and then on, let's see. And then on
Sorry,
Thursday.
I'm yawning, folks. My flight got in after midnight, and I've only had a few hours of sleep, so I'm doing my best.
So you need a nap. Okay, here's the
Oh,
graph.
if I take a nap, I'm done. Yeah.
This is much different.
Yes, it is.
For the morning.
Yeah. I don't know. How'd the graph do today? Because I wasn't here. So how'd the graph do today?
They both looked about the same for this afternoon.
So I'll narrow it down tonight.
Yeah.
I'll put in the HRRR, the one that updates hourly. And then we'll take a look at that and see how that does.
So there you go. I used the graph for most of the day. If you did tune in,
I'd probably
with
use
us,
the graph for Wednesday is what I would
just
do.
because it goes to Wednesday. That's why I was using it. So, and here's if you're wondering what Wednesday could look like for us. This one has it lifting in from the south a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it pushes on over to the east.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know. They all look just so messy with the next couple of days because these are very small systems. That's the problem. So they're very hard to track down. These are not like giant low pressure systems with cold fronts or anything like that.
But speaking of cold fronts, we might have one on Friday.
No, I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I mean, I see it, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But it does sound nice, doesn't it?
It does. It's nice to think, in theory,
Why not?
that we'll have a dry weekend in the mid 80s or the low 80s at the end of May.
Yeah.
It's a good theory. I like it. That's some happy news. I'll leave you with that for the happy news.
Okay. That's good. Anything else you got?
I mean, I have other stuff, but
I mean,
it's not that important.
Yeah. I mean, that
we covered the important topics.
We covered the important stuff. Peggy Lee says hello. Let's say hello to her. Melissa Price says hi. Hi. Isabel Roberts. Hey, besties.
Hey, bestie.
I was going to say you owe me a Chick-fil-A, but Stephen Osborne. Hey, what's going on? And don't be stealing people's lunches. Don't be throwing them away. Her lunch was not stolen, for the record. It was thrown away. It was discarded. It was.
Just let people know when you're going to
let people know when you're going to do
the
that.
Refrigerator out.
But you know what? I'm going to
so they can put a note.
I'm going to look on the Amazon. It's called Amazon. I don't know if you ever go to that website.
No, I never heard of that.
But they got labels. I'm going to see about that. We get some like ridiculous, stupid labels. It just says, Elise, don't throw away, and then you write the date on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little extra work, but I used to do that because we had someone for a little while back in the day stealing the lunches, and we think we know who it is.
Oh, Isabel, you're so sweet.
See, Aaron Elizabeth Boyd, y'all think severe stuff in the morning or mostly afternoon? I wouldn't say mostly. The problem is with each round of storms, they have the potential to reach severe limits. They just haven't been overachieving. These have been like heavy rain producers. There's been gusty winds to 60 miles per hour. I'm not discounting it, but it's not like high end where we get 90 miles. It's not like tornadic equivalent storms. So that's the thing. So we knew what you were talking about tomorrow. We know that. So that's the thing. We're going to narrow that down. I'll have more for you on that on Fox 40 News at 9 and WLBT's News at 10. Until then, Freddie, go have a good night. I hope you have a good night. I hope you enjoy your evening. I hope you get some relaxation, and I hope it's a really deep sleep kind of night for you.
I think it will be
because you've worked so hard.
I'm gonna have the dog.
She's done.
There.
Oh, that's the best. I'll tell you right now. I miss having a dog.
Yeah.
And then I got to look into that cooling blanket. Y'all know about this cooling blanket?
Yeah, tell me how that is.
I don't know. I'm going to order it tonight.
My thing is, I like for the room to be cold and the blanket to be warm.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I'm a contrarian. So, like, if it's, I like things. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm a tactile person. Mm-hmm. I like the temperature to be really cool, and then I like that nice, cozy feeling when you're tucked in under the blanket. And it comes from being a kid. When I was a little kid, I had a cat, and my cat, who never wanted to hang out with me, I rescued it. The cat got out. Cats, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't be out unless they're, feral cats, whatever. Mm-hmm. This cat got out, and a bad thunderstorm hit. And I couldn't find the cat. And I was like, you know what? I bet you the cat got out. Sure enough, I look outside in my front yard, and I look in the bush, and there's my cat. I can see its eyes. So I run out there. Oh, it was not even a cat. It was like a wet something. I don't know. It was
like a wet rat.
Like a wet mouse. And so I grab it, and it came to me. I grab it. This thing was not affectionate to me before then. I grab it. I towel dry it. I do everything I can. And I laid the cat down next to me on the bed. I was a little kid. Laid the cat down next to me on the bed. And the cat all night, you could hear it going.
Oh, it was so happy and warm.
Like it was just like, yeah. And I wrapped it. It didn't move all night. From that night forward, I always had the cat. And the cat, what was so funny about it is the cat would sleep on the pillow like I would. So I'd sleep like this.
That's what Dizzy does.
Really?
Yeah, he likes to have his head on a pillow.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So cute.
Meanwhile, when I had Reese, my dog, she never wanted to do any of that. She was like, look, I'll watch you from across the room or across the house. If I could have gotten her a camera to put on me, she would have been happier with that because that wasn't her thing. She had to always see me. Didn't care about hanging out with me.
Yeah.
Only when I had the electric blanket on, all of a sudden, then she was like, yeah, I'll hang out with you. But I was like, I used to say, see, not bad, right? And then she'd look at me like, you ruined it.
Yeah, now
I'm done. That's it. You ruined it. I don't know.
Yeah, when I was a child, my cat would sleep on my head.
Mm-hmm.
On your head? Suffocating manner.
Well, yeah. Well, they like the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad hated the cat. He used to call it the rat. Get rid of that rat. And he was always mad because my aunt was the one who dumped the cat at our house. And he was like, get rid of the rat. He was always mad at my mom about it because it was her sister who dumped the cat. And then the cat at night would sneak into their room and always would climb around my dad's head and sleep around my dad's head at night. My dad would be so upset. He'd be so angry. But they found a way to communicate.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, Linda Carter, hope you soon get some rest, Dave. I'm good. I'm worried about her. I'll be all right.
I'll be fine.
And yeah, Elise has done a great job the past week, 10 days, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. La River Campbell. Yes, you've seen it on TikTok, the cooling blanket. All right, I'm going to do some research tonight before I buy it because I got to, my thing is if I buy it for $21, could I have bought it for $20? Could I have got it for $20.95? I don't know.
Isn't that still $21?
I know. I have to, I'm one of those people. I do the research. I'm like, oh man, I ordered the first one I saw and I could have saved $5. All right. I know. Life in the big city. All right, folks. Look, y'all have a good night. Nothing's going to happen tonight weather-wise, but check me out tonight on WLBT News at 10 as I'll give you the very latest on what's going to happen tomorrow. Because tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday will be a fluid situation. I hate using that terminology, but it will fluid in many regards. So stay safe, stay weather aware. I'll catch you on Fox 40 News at 9 and WLBT 10 p.m. News. Until then, bye-bye.